Hi, and welcome to the New Agent Mindset. This is the podcast and YouTube channel where we learn all about the best strategies, tools, tips, and advice for new real estate agents, whether you're just getting into the business or whether you've been in for a while. My name is John Pena. I'm a real estate agent with eXp, and this video is going to be all about why new real estate agents ought to listen to another new real estate agent. So, as you can imagine, the idea of, let's say that you are new at anything. Let's say you're a new gymnast. You're probably going to want to go find the best gymnast or gym teacher out there to teach you, right? Because they have the experience, they have the knowledge, they have the skills, and they're going to be able to quickly relate those skills to you. As somebody learning gymnastics, you're probably not going to go find the other beginner and ask them to teach you how to do gymnastics, right? So the same could be said for real estate agents. Why would you, as a newer real estate agent, come and listen to me, who is still a relatively new real estate agent? It's a great question, and I'm going to give you at least 5 answers, if not more. And the first answer is, you shouldn't just be listening to me. As a new real estate agent, you should be finding as many resources, as many voices, as many mentors, coaches, what have you, that you possibly can, so that you can get a broad, diverse group, range of opinions and advice. So everybody's going to give you different advice because everybody believes that this works better than that, or this worked for them and it should work for you. So you should be really going out there and trying to listen to as many people as you really can, quite honestly. You should not just be listening to me, and I'm sure that you're not. So the first reason, though, why you should consider listening to this podcast, this YouTube channel, is because, number one, I'm not trying to sell you anything, okay? I don't have some evil motive where I'm working on some kind of training or coaching or book or anything like that, that after a couple of months, all of a sudden I'm going to be like, hey, come, buy my book or spend $1,000 and I'll give you some coaching. I'm not doing that, trust me. And you'll see if you stick with this that that's not what I'm doing. That's not why I'm in this. A lot of people out there on, let's say, YouTube channels. I watch a lot of YouTube channels of real estate agents. I listen to a ton of podcasts because I want to give you as much of that information that I think is valuable to you as possible. So I have to do my research. A lot of these folks are great people. I'm sure they've been very successful, and they're doing fantastic for themselves, which is awesome. However, a lot of them are trying to sell you something, training, coaching, or what have you. And so that really dictates what they tell you, right? Because if let's say that their big thing is FSBOs, finding for sale by owners and, convincing them to work with an agent and, whatever. Maybe that worked fantastic for them, and that's what they're going to push at you, right? Because then if they hook you into believing that FSBOs are the way to go, then when they say, hey, by the way, I have a course that teaches you how to do this, you're going to be more inclined to spend your money on that. And if you have the money to spend on any of these trainings, go for it. I think that's fantastic. But as new real estate agents, a lot of us don't have that disposable income that we can shell out for all these different trainings. So that's a huge one, I think. I'm not trying to sell you anything. And a lot of those folks out there who have these channels and have these podcasts, they're really catering their information to what worked for them, and what worked for them might not work for you. I'm trying to provide you with a wide range of strategies with everything that I can find, because some are going to work for me that aren't going to work for you, and vice versa. Some are going to work great for you that just flat out didn't work for me. And that's the whole point, to help you find what's going to work for you. Reason number 2, mistakes are not only encouraged for you to share here, but are welcomed, right? I want you to share with us your mistakes. I'm going to share with you my mistakes because we can all learn from our mistakes. If I'm trying to sell myself as the best real estate agent out there so that you'll buy my course, I'm not going to tell you about all the mistakes I made, probably, right? That's going to maybe change how you perceive me as this authority, as this expert. On this channel, we are all about mistakes, right? I want to help you learn from the mistakes that I make, and if you share your mistakes with me, I can share those with everybody and we can all learn. I'll give you a quick mistake that I made just a couple weeks ago. I have a YouTube channel. There's a house down the street that went up for sale. I've been wanting to actually show people what a house in El Paso sells for and what they get for their money. So I was like, oh, this one's right by me. I'll do this one, and I'll make a thing of it like, hey, you could be my neighbor, right? So I saw the owners out. I could tell that they were packing up. They were cleaning everything up, putting stuff into the car and everything. I was like, I'll zip down there, introduce myself, and ask them permission to make a video of their house and put it on my channel. I did that, and long story short, a couple days later, I get an email from the listing agent who was very upset, saying that he was very upset that I went and spoke to his clients without his permission, that his clients thought that I was trying to sell them something or win their business from him. That is not at all what I was doing. It was a complete misunderstanding, but that was a mistake I made. I should not have assumed that I could communicate the message I wanted to and that these people would hear it the way I wanted them to hear it. They did not hear it the way I wanted them to hear it, and it didn't turn into a big mess, because as soon as I got that email, I immediately wrote back with utmost apologies and sincerity and professionalism, and I tried to explain myself, and I was able to quickly smooth that over. But that could have escalated to the point of that listing agent filing a complaint with TREC, Texas Real Estate Commission, against me, and that would have been a real headache, right? That's the last thing I need as a new real estate agent, is now I've got a complaint already. So that's a mistake I made. I'm going to tell you about it, so hopefully that you don't make that same mistake. This is a place where we can talk about mistakes, which also leads me into reason number 3. You've heard this in school, there are no dumb questions. If you join a community or a training group of other real estate agents, especially if you pay money for this, chances are you're going to have some questions that you may feel self-conscious about asking. You may feel that, oh, these people are going to laugh at me because this is such a newbie question. That is not going to happen here. Please share what you think are dumb questions with me. I will gladly answer every single one of them. I want this to be a place, like they say, at Planet Fitness, is a judgment-free zone. So there are no dumb questions. As a new real estate agent, you're going to have questions. You're just you can't be expected to know the answer to everything. There are so many things in real estate. There are no dumb questions. This is the place that you can come and you can ask those questions and not feel bad about it. Next reason, I think we're on number 4. When did some of these other people start in the business, and are they still in the business? I'm implying, are these folks still practicing real estate? I'm talking about these people that are, other people who are doling out advice to people. Starting in 2020 like I did is a lot different than starting real estate in 2000, which is certainly a lot different than starting real estate in the 1980s, right? Some of these folks who have these channels and these platforms and who are giving you real estate advice with the hopes of getting your money at the end of it all, they started in real estate a long time ago, and they're maybe of the idea that some of these older techniques that they did back in the day are what you should be doing, okay? I don't think that's the most helpful advice, because the world has changed dramatically. The biggest thing is the advent of the internet. I grew up when there wasn't internet. There's some people that we're selling houses to now that are young enough that they didn't grow up. They always had the internet. The world has changed dramatically, drastically. So some of these folks, I feel, are a little out of touch because, like I said before, they may have something that worked great for them, and it may have worked great back in 1987, but it's not going to work great now in 2020. My hope is that I provide you with up-to-date, accurate, relevant information. Some of these folks, they're probably not slinging houses anymore. They're probably not working with sellers and buyers because they don't have the time, and this other gig that they've got going, this real estate channel or what have you, or product that they're always pushing, is making them more money. So they may not even be still actually in the business of real estate. I, of course, am. You guys all are. So this is a community of people who are starting in 2020 and beyond, quite honestly. So, relevancy. Reason number 5, new real estate agents ought to listen to another new real estate agent is, I'm really only trying to provide you with value because I know that a lot of you don't have the time or the energy maybe to search out all these different resources and outlets of information. You're doing the things that new real estate agents should be doing. You're basically prospecting and trying to do your lead gen. You're getting all of those little things that need to get done, like business cards and making sure you have things to wear and maybe getting a Facebook page going. You are trying to understand and know your local market. Maybe you're going around and going into homes so that you can speak intelligently about the properties that are out there. Maybe you are working with your broker to go through the training that they want you to go through. Maybe you have a mentor that you're required to go to these different meetings for. Whatever it is, maybe you're going out there and networking and trying to meet more people. Whatever it is, hopefully you're spending your time and your energy doing the things that a new real estate agent needs to do. Which means you may not have the time to read the books that I'm talking about. You may not have time to scour all these podcasts and YouTube channels and try to wean the best information from them. I'm trying to do a lot of that legwork for you. I'm trying to provide you with those nuggets, the cliff notes of information, of those best resources, and I'm trying to give those to you. So I'm really only here trying to provide you with value. Whereas other folks, like I said, their motives may be centered more around trying to get you to invest in some type of training or course. So, and again, I'm not bashing that. Like I said, if you have the money to do that, there's amazing instruction out there. There are amazing coaches out there. There is amazing training available to you. But it's not free, right? This is free. It's always going to be free. And it's more of a community where we're trying to share insights and resources with each other. And here's some bonus tips about why you ought to consider listening to this podcast or channel. One is that I am an educator. I was trained undergrad, grad to be an educator. I have 15 plus years of experience teaching young adults, mostly high school. So I feel like I have a pretty good background, the skills, the experience necessary in order to quickly and efficiently provide you with instruction, with information. So I definitely do not want to be wasting anyone's time. And a final bonus is on the YouTube and the podcast, you'll find this channel under New Real Estate Agent Mindset. I called it that so that it makes it easier for new real estate agents to actually find that when they search out real estate agent or new real estate agent. I've always called it, though, New Agent Mindset. The implication being, yes, this is for people who are new to the industry, but there's also a secondary implication, and that is that this idea of a new mindset, this idea that we're coming at our business, we're coming at our industry with a more modern, evolved take on the subject. We're not doing all these kind of old school, in the trenches kind of strategies. We're coming at it with a new level of understanding. We are trying to evolve with the ever-evolving culture that we exist in. We're trying to be the most modern, forward-thinking agents we can. We're trying to find success via the most effective, efficient, quick, purposeful ways. We're trying to be those agents who are rising to the top because we understand that the way to be successful is to benchmark top producers, see what it is they're doing, and copy it, and maybe even mold it to what works best for us and for our local market. That's new agent mindset. That's a new way of thinking. That's a new modern way of being successful in today's business scape, so to say. So, with all of that, just a little my take on why you as a new real estate agent or a newer real estate agent or just a real estate agent who's trying to find something else, trying to find something different, might consider listening to me, another newer real estate agent. I hope that made sense. I hope it provides you with value. That is the only reason that I'm here. If you are finding value here, please consider subscribing to the channel. Check out the podcast on the audio podcasts only. This is where I do a lot of the book studies. Right now we're looking at Og Mandino's The Greatest Salesman in the World. Next up, I'm either going to do Gary Keller's The One Thing or Ryan Serhant's Sell It Like Serhant. Those are two awesome books that I found extremely helpful in growing my business. So the audio podcasts are for those kind of book club, book review type of episodes. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.